Hey, welcome to my channel Beyond the Body. Have you ever felt like the ground beneath you is crumbling and there's nothing stable to hold on to? Maybe you've started questioning everything you once believed to be true. It's a confusing, lonely, and sometimes painful experience. But deep down, it also feels like something important is happening, something powerful that's quietly changing you from within. If this sounds familiar, you might be going through a spiritual awakening. But here's a question many people ask: why does it hurt so much? Today we're diving deep into the real reasons behind why spiritual awakenings often come with emotional, mental, and even physical pain. Stick with me until the end, because this journey isn't just about struggle, it's about growth, healing, and discovering the powerful transformation that pain can lead you to. So, have you ever felt like your world was falling apart, only to realize later that you were actually being rebuilt into something stronger? One of the biggest reasons spiritual awakenings feel so painful is because they often involve letting go of your old self. For years, maybe even your whole life, you've been building an identity based on what society, your family, or past experiences expected of you. That identity gave you a sense of direction and belonging, even if it wasn't truly who you were. But during a spiritual awakening, that old identity starts to fall apart. The beliefs, roles, and values you once held on to suddenly stop making sense. You begin to ask deep questions like, who am I really? What is my purpose? Does any of this still matter? This can feel incredibly scary and confusing. It's like the foundation beneath you is breaking, and nothing feels solid anymore. The truth is, the self you're losing, the one shaped by ego and outside approval, was never the real you. It was a mask. And now, it's being stripped away, leaving you raw and exposed. The pain you feel is real, and it often feels like a kind of death. But in many ways, that's exactly what's happening. You're letting go of the person you thought you were. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like you're losing yourself, only to realize that maybe you're actually finding your true self? At the center of this identity crisis is something called the ego. The ego is the part of you that wants to feel in control, important and validated by others. It thrives on being seen, on having status, and on being someone in the world. But when a spiritual awakening begins, the ego feels deeply threatened. Why? Because everything it once believed about you, about life, and about the world starts to fall apart. The ego starts losing its power, and in fear, it pushes back. This creates a powerful inner struggle between the part of you that's waking up and the part that's trying to hold on. The ego doesn't want to let go. It clings tightly to labels, roles, material things, and even your thoughts. So when you begin to see that these attachments don't truly define you, the ego panics. This resistance is what creates so much pain during a spiritual awakening. You may feel anxious, confused, or even angry. The ego will do anything to survive, and it can cause chaos in your mind. But here's the powerful truth. This struggle is necessary. The ego has to loosen its grip, so your true self, the part connected to your soul and the divine, can finally rise. This is how pain turns into growth. So let me ask you, can you feel the difference between the voice of your ego and the quiet truth of your soul trying to emerge? Another reason spiritual awakenings can feel so painful is because they bring up old emotional wounds, many of which you may not even realize you've been carrying. These are the hidden traumas, unresolved emotions, and limiting beliefs buried deep in your subconscious. During a spiritual awakening, all of this pain starts to rise to the surface, so it can finally be seen and healed. It can feel like opening Pandora's box. Waves of sadness, fear, anger, and hurt may come rushing in all at once. It's overwhelming, messy, and far from easy. But it's a necessary part of the healing journey. You see, these wounds can't stay buried forever if you want to grow. It's as if the universe is telling you, you can't take this pain with you anymore. It's time to let it go. And while facing these emotions can be deeply uncomfortable, you may cry for reasons you don't understand or feel anger you thought you left behind. It's also incredibly freeing. By allowing yourself to feel and release these hidden emotions, you create space for true healing. So here's something to think about. What emotions might you still be carrying that are quietly asking to be released? One of the hardest parts of a spiritual awakening is the deep sense of isolation that often comes with it. As you begin to see the world differently, it can feel like those around you no longer understand you. Conversations that once felt meaningful may now seem shallow. Relationships might shift, and you may find yourself drifting away from people who once felt close. This can leave you feeling incredibly lonely, like you're walking a path no one else can see or understand. And because we're human, wired for connection, that loneliness cuts deep. But here's what's important to remember. This feeling is temporary. As you grow and change, you will begin to attract new people, those who are also on a similar path, who speak your soul's language. Many people going through a spiritual awakening also experience something called the dark night of the soul. It's a period where everything feels heavy and meaningless. You might feel lost, disconnected from yourself, your beliefs, and the world around you. It's as if the light inside you has gone out. This phase often brings deep sadness, confusion, and a kind of emotional darkness that feels never-ending. But even in this darkness, something powerful is happening. The dark night is not the end. It's a rebirth. It's the shedding of your false self, your fears, and everything that no longer serves your highest truth. Through this pain, your true divine nature begins to rise. So ask yourself, have you ever felt completely lost, only to realize later that you were actually being guided toward your most authentic self? By now you might be asking yourself, does the pain of a spiritual awakening ever end? The answer is yes. The pain is not forever. It's simply part of the process of letting go of the old so you can welcome the new. Every tear you've cried, every moment of doubt, and every dark night has a purpose. All of it is guiding you toward your higher self, the real you, free from fear, ego, and illusion. A spiritual awakening is not easy, but it is deeply worth it. The road may be tough, but the destination is a life filled with greater peace, purpose, and a deeper connection to the divine. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe and share your own experiences in the comments below. Let's build a supportive community where we can grow and heal together through these powerful transformations. Remember, you are never alone on this journey. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have more inspiring content just for you.